Vous pouvez passer. Hey guys, Barbie here. On parle en anglais.
Okay.
So this is, your name is Laurent.
Yes.
And you are the owner of Pousse-Pousse, which is really the only raw food restaurant in all of Paris. Is that correct?
It is.
I looked, I searched. I mean, I've looked everywhere and it's been almost impossible to find. So I'm so happy that I found you.
I'm happy that I met you.
So how did you get started? I mean, you're the only one in Paris. Why try this idea?
I'm crazy.
But where did the idea come from? I mean, in California, for example, I live in Los Angeles now. I can find 10 restaurants within, 10 miles. 10 kilometers.
Well, I'm happy that I've not been in California in so many years. Though I was always interested in nutrition, and I was writing years ago. I was reading books, so it came little by little, because I did other jobs. And at a certain point, I thought, why isn't it in Paris a place? I didn't make a restaurant to start because it's a real slavery, and I didn't want to do it. But I thought, why isn't it possible to get a place which is nice and a little sophisticated, a little refined? Why
This is such a nice place.
And so it came little by little, and as I was making food, my friends told me that people are not interested in sprouts. You should cook things with it to make them,
And sprouting, right.
And it all came little by little, and then since 3 years I transformed in a little restaurant. I'm looking for a bigger place because there are lots of things I would like to do around that I can't because it's small.
For example?
Well, I'd like to have a menu, to have a restaurant and the takeaway in another space next to it, or not the same space. I would like to have a team open, from the morning, for breakfast, the weekend, maybe at night. Import lots of things that you don't find here. I mean, lots of things to be done. Except the places are extremely expensive, the good location and the big spaces that I'm looking.
We walked an hour and a half to get here.
Really?
Well,
but
about an hour.
It's rather central.
It is, no, this is a perfect location, but
the location is not bad. What is bad is the street, but and the space is too small. But the location is not so bad in Paris. But I would like a terrace and all that, and also an area. I have more foreigners, as a matter of fact, than French as customers. So I should be areas where the foreigners go.
why do you think that is, that the French are not so on board with raw eating?
It's not only the raw, even, I don't know, the organic, we talk a lot about it, you see a lot in the papers, but finally there is not even 3% of the agriculture organic in France.
Right.
I mean, French are very, very late for those things. It's coming, but it's slow.
Yeah. And with the tradition of chutneys and meat, I mean, it's...
Of course, it's very difficult. If you say vegetarians are already...
Yes, exactly. So what I noticed, one thing that I noticed, and I've only eaten here once, was that your dishes are just very light. In California, it seems like a real treat, where, of course, you have your light raw dishes, but they use a lot of nuts. So if you're not careful, you can actually get fat.
Yeah, but if you eat raw, it's difficult to get fat even with the nuts, but still I think it's quite heavy. And whenever I look at recipes in the books and all that, I mean, I use myself, but much less, because I think it's too much. I think they're exaggerating with the
I think so too.
I think it's really, even without talking about fattening or not, I think it's too...
That's my obsession.
Too heavy, too greasy. So, and I think also if you have a lot of sprouts and things like that, and super nutrients, you are fed. Very often people say, the dish is quite. When they are not used, they say, oh, maybe I'm hungry. But finally, usually, especially if you eat a dessert, which you're not supposed to eat, but still lots of people want a dessert, me too.
So should I not have a dessert?
Yes, well, it's supposed not to be so good for the digestion, to mix.
Right.
But, we are humans, so
Yes.
the people are fat because it's
High nutrient.
yeah, highly nutrient, and the live food part is nourishing the cells directly. It's not dead calories.
Right.
So
Every calorie counts, right?
yeah, and so you really feel quite full, and I think the raw people who are adding nuts and walnuts and peanuts and all that so much are not so right for them.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, that's the mistake that I made when I started going raw. I didn't know any better, and so I felt very heavy, and it was hard on my digestion. And so now I've, stopped with the nuts, limited to maybe 1 ounce of nuts per day, and then it looks a little bit more like yours. So, okay, we're getting long. Where are you located so that people can find you? You're going to be on YouTube, on the world of the internet. What is your address?
So my address is Pousse-Pousse, 7 rue Notre-Dame de Lorette, Paris 9e, in the night, and we are very close from Gare Saint-Lazare or from the big department stores, Galerie Lafayette.
Right. Ooh, so when you do your shopping, you can come. All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I'll be back.
Well, I hope so.